Righto. Hopefully you can hear me. Back at the bend again. Last street meet of the year. So a lot of tough street cars here. And a couple of wet old utes.
One of the four-door wagons with the workhorse out there, and the other the Commodore 3.8 litre WOW ute. And it's the Blue Ford easily getting on down the racetrack out here. It's going to take it this time round for Camille in the bullet lane. Records at 15.28 at 93.15 mile per hour blast. And the center lane, 18.16 at 79.71 miles per hour.
Righto, got a local lad. Got Graham from Pedal This Performance. He's in this fair lane.
25.70 mile per hour run, and we go back to as we move on now with Graham.
Yeah, he's got a
Graham from Murray Bridge Ford out here.
Yeah, business in Murray Bridge.
Coming up in the
Dyno and stuff.
Falcon. And out here enjoying himself at the drag strip. Troy Dunning from Mount Barker, not too far away, also out here in the 13B Mazda 1000 ute. Graham docking a 6:22 reaction time, but heads on down the racetrack to that finish line. Something on the drag strip there coming off one of the cars.
So Graham got the win. We've got another local pert on the far side there in the Commodore. That's I think her name's Noms or something. Yeah, she's heaps friendly. She's a full-on car girl, so let's see how she goes. Definitely sounds strong.
And there she is in the 2000 Calais 5.7 litre. Good to have your names, and she's a good little competitor. Matthew Burley in the Caprice, the 6.2 litre from Malala, out on the flats on the northern side of Adelaide. Ballock and Malala, all that area out there. Good to have you here, Matthew. And get a run out here with the Caprice.
Oh, well done.
2017, slowly making ground. I don't think he's going to catch it. Naomi takes the wing.
12.6, beautiful.
9.03 mile per hour blast. Matthew goes 12.87. Falcon at 11.43, 118 mile per hour. That goes good. And Benny Siampa from Riverlea. But a good easy getting on down the graphic. So well done to those guys. We move on now to Michael Gundry. Michael from Doncaster.
That was a big step.
He ran earlier with this lovely M3 BMW up against Jeff Baker. Jeff out here on board the 5.7 litre powered 99 Commodore. And good to see these two guys coming up now.
Oh, they got some big steps here.
Of course, with the Outlaw Speed Shop Off-Street Drag Racing, folks, you can get as many runs as you possibly can. So, go out again. Easy to get a dozen, even 15 runs maybe through the day out there to really test out your machine. As Michael goes 11.001 at 125 miles per hour from Doncaster with that BMW. Jeff Baker 12.06 at 112.98 mile per hour run coming out from the 99 Commodore for Jeff Baker. Well, some tyre smoking action down here from Darren Horner from Myponga as he smokes up the entry out here. And also Matthew Carver coming up now here. Matthew. The two blue machines down here on the start line about to have a run. One from High Marsh Island for Matthew Carver in the Bullet Lane and Darren Horner from Myponga. Right, they both get away now, and the XR6 2009 against the 2011 over in the Summit Lane. The 2011 definitely leading the way down the drag strip. Lane 1 had the better reaction, but Lane 2's got the horsepower and goes a 13.16 at 111 miles per hour for the winning time. Matthew Carver from High Marsh Island, 14.70 at 113.89 miles per hour.
Nom share the win. That's pretty good. Just going to get back on the next step up. Oh, God. Getting too old. Nice one, Toronto there.
Brothers getting on down the track. Jacob in the Bullet Lane says, "This is how you do it, brother." Goes 12.16 at 133 miles per hour.
Sounds tough.
To a much quicker Nicholas is 11.54 at 142. Big top end coming up from 2007. See that?
Give it to it.
142 miles per hour. That's making some steam to do that. Well done to you. Good to see you out here at the racetrack once again. Well done. As we're about to move on now with Jason Jordan and also Joey coming out. Joe from Greenock and Jason Jordan down here in that lovely SLR 5000 from Willunga coming up right now for Night Engines who screwed the engine together down there. 610 to 695. But the SLR's got the power and just holds it down the drag strip from the HSV 6.2.
Oh, it's 57 over there.
But he's slipping the start line by over half a second slower, that Mercedes-Benz, but ran well, 11 seconds, so it's got some go down there for of course, a luxury machine with a very small engine, but good performance coming out. And we move on now with Con and Alex, the two drivers coming out. Con in the Bullet Lane with this lovely XY battery. Come on, Con, we want to see this car go all the way to the finish line on the full power.
Got a bit sideways there, that Falcon, but it's for the north.
10.94 mile per hour.
13.1.
Not a bad run, and it goes like that, but Alex goes a 13.18 at 104. Restrictions we have out here at the drag race, safety restrictions that is. But it's a lovely looking car, and gives it his best shot in driving it. Nice car out there, Con. Keep up the great work. As we're going to move on now with Rhett Butler, Rhett down here from Bedford Park, out here in the Skyline, the R31 Nissan, I should say. And Vic Dundertoff out in the Coupe, the 572 powered Chevy. Good looking car coming up from Hove for the weekend. I believe it'll be driving tonight also. Coming out cruising and enjoying a night out. Drives around and this is the R31 down there for Rhett Butler. And
it's not the way that just squats in the arse end, though.
10.75 at 124. Big car, big engine, got some torque and it makes the power to pull that heavy car. Rhett Butler goes at 12.07 at 119.97 mile per hour runs. But it's Vic Dundertoff in the 10.75 at 124 with a car that weighs a
tough looking Camaro out there.
Also under the bonnet.
Wish I was hanging, should have brought the custom line out here.
Motley Crew and Kickstart My Heart definitely happening out here. Rocky Barbaro out here, the 68 Camaro 540. Robbie Moore out here. Smoking the tyres. Really gets it going. Get a slow reaction to Rocky, but a lot more power. 11-1, 225. Nice car out there, Rock. And Rob Ward, you had a brilliant reaction, 0-23, but spun.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Jag versus the Valiant. I hope the Valiant, the Mopar, doesn't let us down, but anyway, that's pretty cool. At least they're driving the car for what it's meant to be. They've just shut down racing for a bit because it's drizzling with rain. Alright, we'll be right back.
Good looking car too, my dad out there. So
something you see every day, E-Type Jag versus a Mopar. This will be good.
Down here, quarter-tree timing system. And waiting
oh, mate.
for both
Jag
to in either lane, that is right
really
now.
Impressed.
Reaction time much better than that. 785. And then there's Staples got some go, just drives around the four like he was sitting still and goes over the finish line. 10.961 at 138.42 mile per hour blast out there for the state. 4.7 miles per hour.
This should be good. That's what street meets are all about.
Well, Robbie Williams there to entertain you, and he's going to entertain us here in Adelaide in November. Coming back to Adelaide Oval, good to see him coming back too with Robbie. And Kurt Wilson coming out now in this E-Type Jag that's got me very intrigued. Good seeing it out here, fully staged up against Mark Kempster in the VK Regal Valiant out here for the afternoon. Waiting on Kempster to get the car right in, and fully staged in lane one. Going to be a single pass coming up maybe. Let's have a look at this out here. There's a problem for the Chrysler as he moves the car forward, and of course Kim down there. Yeah, it'll be the E-Type. Let's have a look at it. The E-Type gets the green lights, engine tyres are fractured. Sounds right too out there for the E-Type. Yeah, sounds really good. So have a look at the 4.8 litre Jaguar E-Type from 1967.
12.9, that's pretty bloody good.
109.49 mile per hour. So good run coming out with the E-Type there with Kurt Wilson. Let's see that car here, Kurt. Thank you for bringing it out from out at Gilman, and for Mark Kempster, unfortunately pushing away the VK Regal Valley at the Chrysler. Thanks to the Fireys and the guys down there for getting that car out off the start line with Mark Kempster once again from Morphettvale, and hopefully whoever that drama is, nothing too heavy mechanically, and he can go again. But let's go back to the start line though coming up. Ryan Palmer surely out here from Highbury coming out in the Holden HK Prem, and Jimmy Hanlon from Marion coming back in, of course, the shopping special machine, the wagon, out here for the afternoon.
Yeah, shit.
And what a great entertainer Robbie Williams is as we move on now with these two boys, Jimmy and Ryan. The action better with Jimmy in the wagon, but the power goes over to the summit lane with Palmer. Palmer heads to the Goodyear race finish line and goes 11.04 to 132.34 miles per hour run. Good run there, Ryan. Jimmy Hanlon 14.51 at 97.48 mile per hour run. So good effort coming out of Ryan, and he drives that car. Right, we're going to move on now with Scott Beaumont coming up from Morphettvale, and Stephen Gottwald coming out from Oakland. They're the next pairing coming up on the start line now, so we'll keep an eye on these boys coming up. And good to see Steve-O and Scott getting onto the start line right about now. Let's have a look and see, here we go. Down the racetrack, over the only in the second gear for Scotty Bernard. But we go back to our Steve-O, the Rotwell driver, and he runs a 12.79 and 112.57 mile per hour run. Scott Bernard out here
Sad sight, AFAR getting pushed.
They moved around in the start line down there, man, traction-wise. Andrew Dendo and the Fairmont, he powered on down the drag strip at 11.06 at 122 mile per hour. We go back to Anthony Silvani. Anthony's a HQ Holden, good-looking statesman too, the 434 stroker. He went pretty quick in his one drag. That girl can sing, Ricky Lee, and Rocky Barbaro is down here in the lovely 68 Camaro, powered by the 540 Chevrolet pit block down here. The boy from Brooklyn Park here in South Australia. Nicholas out there in the He's down there, Rocky Balboa, some would say, as he heads down to the finish line, 11.287, 125 miles per hour.
You like the hill? Your mistakes in the start line area, and you can go better down the track. Let's move on now. Tommy Jerkovic in the Summit Racing Lane, the Wanderer, the big 57 bright yellow Chevy. You've seen drive around the Adelaide streets the last easily 30 plus years. And we go back to Naomi Wood from Murray Bridge, the young lass and the Galley out here on the local girls on a 5.7 litre. Good to see out here, Naomi. Oh, that's good.
725 for Tom,
12.6.
And Naomi yourself, 12.69.
Well done.
109.40 miles per hour for your run out there, coming over from just up the road up here.
Great reaction,
not too far at all.
Yeah, they got roll racing on tonight.
Well, Billy's been away for so long, but Jimmy Hamlin and young Lee.
I might be right. Wasn't looking too good before.
Machine out there, the Chevy. The man is a pull around the track. Is he wide open over the finish line? Yeah, he is 10.78 at 125. That's a great ride on board that machine down there. Jim Hamlin, who can't help himself to come out to the dragway, 14.46 miles per hour. Hamlin's been a bike racer for at least 45, 50 years. Maybe transfer to the four-wheel here this weekend, just get a taste with the old cars, but he's used to going very fast on two wheels.
Hopefully this is
the weekend. We're going to move on now with Jesse.
A bit better sound coming through. Did last time.
Commodore, the 5.7 for JP.
Got that Mopar going.
And Tubbs.
Electrical problem,
Go back to
mate.
young Dominic Sagari. There's a name that's synonymous with motor racing in South Australia. Frank Sagari, as he's looking down now at the head of his lad down there. He's a great guy. Frank Rodgers forward. We always remember him for Frank Sagari. Got his lad out here for the weekend. 4.67 on the reaction time. Getting on towards a Goodyear Racing finish line at 12.84 for the winning time at 111.82 miles per hour. Not a bad run. Jesse goes 13.724 at 100.26 miles per hour. Well, we'll start again, Billy, with Asher Trelaw and also Patrick Canary getting down the drag here. Patrick Canary gets away with a 0.76 reaction compared to 1.41 seconds reaction time to Trelaw in the bullet lane. You see the difference in the distance of the start line. The two green lights were simultaneous in both lanes, but one slept there for a long time. 14.98 at 94 miles per hour for the winning time in the summer lane for Pat. And we go back to Trelaw in the bullet lane here, 13.79 at 11.45 for the losing time. Had a much better top end speed, but no glory there for the winning light. Okay, we continue on now with Mark Kingster. Mark coming out in the VK Regal Chrysler. I think he had a problem maybe earlier on from the Chryslers, maybe not. Up against Brett Parker, Brett from Port Nalunga in the DY SS wagon. All right, both have got two bulbs in either lane. Both of them, and let's take a look and see who will get there. Yeah, definitely Brett Parker, 12.70.
14.3, that's not too bad, considering he's having trouble.
14.3 flat, 14.30. Well, tough burnout coming out of Con Gianaris out here with his 445 powered Pro Action Automotive entry. Cat down here with 3.8 litre Commodore U. Not a bad looking piece of machinery, also keeping an eye on the Cat, but it's Com that I'm interested in down here. He went pretty quick earlier on, I think he went 10.1, pretty good speed, we'll see the fork can produce this time around. Gives it everything, but the Ford is already over the finish line there. There's a 10.11 at 130 miles per hour. Taken off, could do with 130 at the 10.
10.8, that's good. A couple of bikes. Yeah, they got a drive-in tonight at the Bend. Running on empty is the show. I've got tickets, so I might hang around and watch it, see what happens. But it's pretty woolly out here. See all the clouds. Damn those brakes on. Yeah, we're pretty lucky here in South Australia. We've got one of the best probably racetracks in the world, and definitely one of the best drag strips in the world too. So yeah, we've done a bloody good job here. Oh, boy, that's pretty good. Couple of bikes again, I think. There. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but there, she's blowing a gust down here. As you can see, she's come down. I reckon they'll probably have to cancel it now. It's a bit too wet. Another Mopar over here. Maybe a VH or something? Yeah, it is VH. There you go. Yeah, there are plenty of tough streeters anyway, so we got to have a bit of a look, something different to do. Not something different for me, I'm always at drags, but yeah. So that's it, I reckon that's about a wrap up for the last street meet of this season. Looks like everyone's packing up. Yeah. So yeah, they got the driving in. They got the driving in here tonight. If you're coming out to the drive-in, make sure you bring your woolies out. Winter woolies. Alright guys, stay tuned. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Hope you didn't mind the video. Hopefully the sound turned out alright. Yeah, I'll have a look when I'm downloading at home. Alright everyone, take care. Stay tuned.